What's up YouTube, this is Magnus, and in today's video I just wanted to post something different, post something that I forgot to upload a couple months ago. I believe this is a little practice lobby for the exhibition season. I just forgot to post it. I really didn't have enough time, and yeah, honestly, I will say that it is just fun running some open lobbies in Gran Turismo 7. You know, it's something that I don't do very often. As you can see, I accidentally punted that Manti Racing Porsche. Yeah, this was the last time I was in the GT2 league in the Manufacturers Cup. So that's why it's 3 laps instead of the 4 or 5 laps I think that GT1 had. We're at the endurance layout, I believe. Yeah, we are at the endurance layout. I would like to say, so far, this season of Manufacturers Cup, the official season, has been really good to me so far. I'm not really sure about Daytona just yet. I still have to put in some more practice, but overall, I don't want to sound cocky, but you know, I believe I have been underestimating my own ability ever since I, you know, found this new group of friends and coaches to just like encourage me to just keep going, even though I do tend to screw up sometimes. And you know, it really brings, you know, it really opens my eyes, I should say, as to like what I can potentially do in the future with sim racing in general, maybe even a bit of real racing, because I do feel like I have found my passion. You know, obviously real racing is expensive. You know, just to get into a seat in GT4 costs $150,000, and I don't know about you, but I am not the son of a 500 billion dollar CEO, oil tycoon, entrepreneur. So I think sim racing is the next best thing. Right now I do play on a controller, and from what I've been told, not a lot of people play sim racing on a controller whatsoever, especially on, you know, obviously you have the obligatory titles like iRacing and Assetto Corsa. While you can make it work on Assetto Corsa, I have heard it's not pleasurable whatsoever. Gran Turismo really is the only sim racer that is really good on a controller, if you know, don't count Forza, but you know, I'm not gonna get into that argument. Yeah, so I guess moving forward with this, you know, I plan to do the last 2 rounds, which is Daytona and Fuji. So I do have high hopes for Fuji. Again, I don't want to, you know, sound overconfident. I've done many laps of Fuji, so I'm hoping that will pay off on Saturday. It's not something that, you know, I should be nervous about. I am nervous about Fuji, and in fact, every round I was nervous about this season, I've done really good at. For one, I think the only 2 rounds that I was really actually nervous about was Deep Forest and Suzuka. I didn't know what to expect from Suzuka, even though it was like 35 laps. It had rain in it. Even though I am like quite used to the rain now, back then I don't know, I was a bit hesitant, but I am glad that I got that done. I am glad that I really did go through this season. Now, I guess moving forward, like depending on when the next series of exhibitions take place and how Polyphony Digital screws up the BOP, I may run Porsche again. I may run Mercedes AMG. I have tried driving the Audi quite a bit. I really do like the Audi, but from what I heard, it's really hard to handle. But yeah, I have high hopes for the future of my quote and unquote sim racing career or racing career. You know, I really do enjoy this stuff. It really, you know, it's like the happy medium for me. Like, you know, the same way people will go out and play like basketball or whatever. You know, I enjoy racing. I enjoy these racing games, and I find myself playing more of these types of racing games than I have played. You know, in terms of Need for Speed or Forza Horizon, any of those other more not archaic, but arcadey street racing games. But I just find this stuff more fascinating and interesting. Now, what my hopes for is that they start bringing in new, you know, LMGT3 cars, or just like newer or more modern cars in general. I know that GTE and the LMGT class has been retired from racing as of 2024. I know that Audi is leaving LMGT3 customer racing in 2024 as well, because of the discontinuing of the Audi R8, which kind of doesn't make any sense, because Ferrari discontinued the 488, Lamborghini discontinued the Gallardo, and yet, you know, they have the Huracan GT3. Ferrari has the 296 GT3. You know, the McLaren has the 720S GT3. Like, I feel like they could have replaced the R8 with a somewhat better model, even if it has a downsized engine. Like, they could have done something with that instead of jumping the boat completely and heading into Formula 1. Because, you know, even though I am a Porsche fan, I am gonna miss Audis on the grid in the future. Like, it's just going to see something, you know, it's going to seem strange. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's not like Bentley, where, you know, their reasoning for pulling out of GT3 makes sense. It makes absolute sense. You know, they're trying to build what essentially are land yachts, you know, and having big spoilers, downforce, weight reduction really doesn't, you know, play to their advantages. Now, some people may say BMW, but then again, BMW has their sport models like the M4, the M3, the M8 CS, the like the M4 CS, the M4 GT3, you know, stuff like that. I don't think Bentley used to have the Bentley Continental GT3R, but that has long been discontinued. So, you know, it is what it is. I understand the reasoning. The reasoning makes way more sense than Audi's. You know, like, suppose they leave GT3 customer racing and go to Formula 1. Like, we all know who's dominating right now in Formula 1, and that is Red Bull, an energy drink company. Like, just think about this. An energy drink company is dominating, like, legitimate sports car, you know, competition companies. Like, you know, Ferrari has been in the game, McLaren has been in the game. Like, they produce, you know, I guess real GT3 cars, and yet they're losing to a energy drink company. I think that's just hilarious. But suppose they go into Formula 1 and they don't do so well. What happens then? You know, they don't have LMGT3 to you know, back them up. And from what I've heard, they have a LMDH car ready to go, but now it's just, you know, now it's no longer in use. So, like, what's gonna happen then? You know, what is the goal of this? What is the actual goal of them leaving such a popular sports car racing to do open wheel racing? Like, I don't know, you know, how popular Formula 1 actually is. I've heard people state that it's like the most, it's the pinnacle of motorsport. I don't really think so. You know, maybe it is. Maybe it's the pinnacle of open wheel racing. But when it comes to like actual comes to other forms of racing, I think WEC, I think IMSA, I think that is the pinnacle of racing. Like, those machines are absolutely incredible. You got like dynamic hybrid systems and all of that, you know. So it's just, you know, just a thought of mine, you know, as we go throughout, you know, the years, as we see less Audis on the grid to eventually no Audis on the grid. You know, it's you know, gonna be disappointing. And yeah, those are my thoughts. You know, what a shame. I know a lot of people they're not too happy about Audi's transition as well. From what I saw when I was watching the most recent race on GT World in Italy, I was commenting how long will Audis be on the field moving forward. People said that it's not going to be too long now, maybe like a couple more years. And you know, I mentioned that how sad I was, and then people were like, yeah, because it's stupidity and greed, which, you know, I 100% believe. You know, I 100% believe. I don't know what they were thinking, but you know, only time will tell. Only time will tell. I'm not wishing them to absolutely fail at Formula One. I'm just saying, let's see what happens. You know, worst case scenario, they absolutely fail and they lose all their money, right? Best case scenario is, you know, they succeed, they manage to beat Red Bull at their own game, and yeah, that's about it. But you know, who knows? Anyways, I am I think I'm halfway through A rank right now. These these manufacturer races have really helped boost my DR. I'm honestly so glad I decided to participate in this. Gran Turismo 7 has been really, really interesting. Like, it's the first game where I actually competed in a championship, in an online championship. You know, I've never done this before Gran Turismo 7. And I think this whole idea is really cool. I just wish they would do more championships. I wish that they would do different kinds of championships besides the obligatory Toyota GR Cup, Manufacturers Cup, Nations Cup. You know, I would like to see a Porsche Carrera Cup style championship. I also want to see a championship for, you know, one makes like Lamborghini Super Trofeo, Ferrari Challenge, you know, stuff like that. I think that would be really cool to see more manufacturers get in on this, you know, in actual championships and not just time trials. I've heard Porsche has a esports time trial competition in Gran Turismo. It's been running for 2 years now. I can't wait to sign up for that and, you know, see, you know, what it's all about. I'm hoping they still do it. That would be so disappointing if they don't anymore. You know, that's something, I feel like that's something that we need, you know, just something to spice up the monotonous daily races. They're not even daily races anymore, they're weekly races. Some combos are obviously better than others, you know. But, you know, those are just my thoughts about sport mode. So after this race, I'm going to upload the Suzuka Manufacturers Cup race. Now that race, I was surprised by it, but I'm also glad that I did it because the ending was so rewarding. It was very long, very arduous. I didn't even think I was gonna win, but you know, you can always pray for a miracle. And yeah, with that being said, I am going to allow you guys to watch the rest of this POV for the race. And yeah, I will see you guys next time at Suzuka, and you guys have a good one now. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and take it easy.